What's going on, everyone? Today we are taking a look at new noise canceling earbuds. These are the QCY MeloBuds Pro. Taking a look at some of the specs, these have adaptive noise cancellation with transparency mode, high resolution audio with the LDAC codec, 360-degree spatial audio mode, an IPX5 waterproof rating, app connectivity, and a battery life of up to 34 hours. So taking a look inside the box, you have the manual, a USB-A to USB-C charging cable, a few different size ear tips, and then last but not least, you have the actual earbuds themselves. Taking a look at the earbuds themselves, this is definitely a simple but sleek design. I'm not sure if it comes across well on camera, but these are very small and compact as well. I don't think I own any other earbuds that are as small as these, especially with the charging case. It's also very light as well, so light that I had to check the specifications one more time to make sure this was indeed a battery case. It is a battery case, but somehow they managed to make it very light, so definitely a big fan of that. So taking a look at the earbuds themselves, as you can see, these are also very nice and sleek looking. It's all black, but then you have a chrome strip right here in the stem. There's no visible buttons. Instead, you have touch sensitive buttons right here in the stem. So there's one here and one here. And this controls your volume up and down, track forward and back, and so on and so on. Basically, it's just different amount of taps for different functions. And then you also have a long press function on there as well. Like any other earbuds, just look at the manual, and after you use them for a few hours, it'll all become muscle memory and very easy to use. All right, so diving into some of the audio specifications, these have large 12mm drivers. In comparison, AirPod Pros only have an 11mm driver. So despite being much cheaper, you're still getting a slightly larger driver on these. This isn't the whole picture when it comes to audio quality, but in general, this is going to let the headphones play louder, have more dynamic range, and also give you more bass as well. Besides the larger drivers, as you can see here, this does have high resolution audio along with the LDAC codec. Most other headphones have the standard Bluetooth SBC codec. In comparison, SBC gives you 320 bits per second, while this can do up to 996 bits per second. So that's up to 3 times better when it comes to possible output that you can get from the audio. Even a lot of headphones that advertise having higher quality usually have the aptX codec, but in comparison, LDAC is definitely a lot better than aptX as well. As far as Bluetooth codecs goes, LDAC is definitely up there as one of the best top 3 codecs you can use in a headphones, and this is going to give you the closest you can get to an actual direct wired connection. If you're not that serious of a listener, you're probably not going to notice the difference too much, but if you own SBC headphones and LDAC headphones, listen to the same song, especially with things like the bass notes. And when you have a higher resolution like this, it's going to come out much deeper, much more crisp, and just going to sound a lot better. Another easier way to compare is throw on your headphones with SBC codec and then connect headphones with a wire, and you're going to hear a very, very large difference in the audio quality with that. Up next, these also have their own spatial audio algorithm, which enhances the sound to give you 360 degrees of audio. As far as how this sounds, it's kind of dependent on what you're listening to. With some songs, it's a bit distracting and odd sounding, and then on others, it's very good and immersive. So overall, it's just something you have to turn on and off depending on the song you're listening to. Looking at the battery life, these are rated for up to 8.5 hours on a single charge. The included case does have a built-in battery as well, and that brings your battery life all the way up to 34 hours. Definitely a long-lasting battery, and most people should only have to charge these about once every 2 weeks. As I said earlier, these are noise canceling headphones, and they do have quite a few features when it comes to noise canceling as well. These have a total of 6 microphones, so there's 3 in each earbud, and these are used for both your voice and the noise canceling as well. These also have a noise canceling algorithm that automatically adjusts in real time based on the environmental noise around you. So if it's a little noise, it'll give you less noise cancellation. And then if your environment is louder, it'll crank it all the way up to give you the best noise cancellation possible. Besides this, you can also go in the app and choose between 4 different noise cancellation modes as well. Looking at the specs, these can cancel up to 99% of ambient noise up to 46 decibels, and this can be tuned based on your hearing as well, which is definitely a great feature to have. So as far as the actual noise canceling performance goes, this actually works very well. I compared these to a pair of noise canceling headphones that my wife has, and those costed her about 400 bucks. The noise canceling isn't as good on these, but it's about 75% just as good. When you consider that these are more than 8 times cheaper than the other pair, that's definitely very impressive and more than good enough for me. When I tested these out, I tested them indoors. Then I also used them when I was out riding my e-bike as well, and they definitely perform very well in both situations. Besides noise cancellation, these also have the opposite of that, which is transparency mode. I'm sure you're all familiar with what transparency mode is by now, but if not, basically this amplifies your surrounding noise. So while you have the earbuds on, the microphones will pick up the outside noise and make them a little louder into your earbud. This way you can listen to your music, but also be aware of your surroundings as well. One unique feature that these have is the transparency mode is adjustable. With every other earbud I've tested till now, you only get one transparency mode. It's either on or off. But with this one, you can go into the app and they have 6 different levels of transparency mode. So you can set it on the lowest level and it's going to make the outside noises very low. And then you can set it on 6, the highest level, and it's going to make the outside noises much higher. So definitely a very cool adjustment to have, and this lets you fine tune it and get it just to the proper amount of ambient noise amplification that you want at that time. Alright, so moving on to the most important part of this video, and that's how do these earbuds sound. I'm happy to report these are definitely very good sounding earbuds. There's good highs, good mids, good bass. With the default audio profile, it is geared more toward a high resolution flat profile. It's not completely flat, but it's pretty balanced overall. Good amount of bass, good amount of highs. Everything's nice and balanced. If you're a bass head, you're not going to like the tuning of these out of the box. With rap music, the bass is a little bit underwhelming. The bass is there, still good enough to enjoy, but with some songs, you want that little extra kick. But it does have a built-in app, which I'll show you shortly. So if you wanted to boost the bass, you can do that from the app as well. When I tested these on my e-bike, I had them on for about 3 hours, and I kind of forgot they were there. They didn't get uncomfortable or anything like that. So when it comes to comfort, definitely good there as well. Alright, so taking a look at the app, I'm not going to show every single thing in here, but I just wanted to show you the basics of how it looks and works. So right up here on the front page, you have your battery percentage for each earbud, and it does read them individually. Coming over to sound, you have your spatial audio effects, which you can turn on and off, and then you also have a few built-in equalizers as well. If you want to use your own equalizer, you come over here and you have a whole bunch of bands that you can mess with to get it to sound the way you want. Right here in the middle, you have your noise canceling mode, so you have regular, transparency, or turn them both off. As I said earlier, you have a few different modes you can choose from when it comes to noise cancellation. So by default, it's on adaptive noise cancellation, but you can also select between indoor, commuting, noisy, or anti-wind noise. Coming over to settings, right here up top, you have all your controls. You can customize them exactly how you want them. So maybe you have other headphones where a single tap does this, double tap does this, and something you're used to. You can go ahead and change that and get it to work the same way on these. You have a fine headset in case you misplaced them, automatic power off, wear detection, gaming mode, which I believe lowers the latency, sleeping mode, which disables the buttons so you can lay down with them and not have to worry about it changing on you. You have turning LDAC on or off, dual device connection, and then last but not least, you have firmware update as well. So overall, a pretty simple app, but very easy to use, and I'm always happy to see the built-in EQ, because the last thing I like is getting earbuds that sound good, but not quite how I want them. But when you have an app like this, you can basically tune them to get it sounding perfect to your ears. Overall, these are definitely a great pair of earbuds. I've tried a lot of earbuds in this price range, and this is definitely one of the better options out there. All in all, if you happen to be shopping for noise canceling earbuds, I would 100% recommend these here, which again are the QCY MeloBuds Pro. Alright, well that about wraps up this video. As usual, if you have any questions at all, feel free to drop me a comment and let me know. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.